Yo, what is up YouTube, Fury here, bringing you guys a brand new video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about crossplay of Fortnite between Sony and Xbox, or Sony and Microsoft on PS4 and Xbox, just being able to play with a different console or different players from different consoles, and the reason why it hasn't happened yet with PlayStation, or the main reason Sony isn't allowing this to happen in today's video. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new, don't forget to turn on those post notifications, and if you get first like on any of my videos, make sure you send me a Twitter image. I'll hit you guys back with that follow. And with that said, let's get right into today's video. If you guys are interested in winning some free V-Bucks, we are currently giving away 6,000 V-Bucks to you guys. All you got to do to enter is like the video, subscribe if you aren't already, and turn on those post notifications, as well as follow the Gleam link in the description down below. There's going to be 6 winners, 1,000 V-Bucks each. Good luck to everyone. So as you guys know, this is something everybody really wants in the game of Fortnite. Just being able to play with your PS4 or Xbox friends, being able to play with the opposite console is probably the best thing to happen to Fortnite if it were to happen, but it does seem from the recent posts from Sony that this isn't going to be happening anytime soon. So as of right now in the game, the cross platforms really go with PS4 and PC, or PC and Xbox. Those are really the two cross plays or cross platform plays that you can do on Fortnite. Now Sony and Microsoft have not gotten to an agreement there on being able to allow that cross play going on. Now Microsoft has been open to it, they definitely want this to happen, but PS4 for some reason has been declining this. They don't want this to happen, and obviously there are some reasons as to why they don't want this. So whether you guys want to believe it or not, Sony does have the major amount of players on their game for Fortnite. Most of the players that do play Fortnite, most players in general who have a console, usually play on PS4. It is the dominant console out of this series here. So Xbox, obviously it ran the 360, and you know, it was way better than the PS3, but now everyone switched to PS4 because the Xbox One isn't as good as the PS4. I'm not going to say it's a bad console. I have both consoles, but for me personally, I do enjoy the PS4 more, and just number base wise, PS4 does have a lot more players than Xbox does. So that's one reason as to Sony doesn't really want to do that cross-platform with Microsoft, because really it doesn't benefit them at all in any way, just because, you know, allowing somebody to purchase something on Xbox and use it on PlayStation, and, you know, PlayStation or Sony not getting any gain from that, they don't really see a reason to do that, just because they have the most amount of players on that console. Now there was a Reddit post earlier today that mentions really why they aren't allowing this crossplay. Now it mentions here, former head of Sony Online Entertainment on why Sony isn't allowing crossplay, and I quote, "When I was at Sony, the stated reason internally for this was money. They didn't like someone buying something on an Xbox and it being used on a PlayStation." So there it is. You know, they don't want somebody to purchase something on Microsoft, use it on PlayStation, and PlayStation not getting any monetary value to that. They're really in it for, obviously it is a business, right? So you do want the most amount of revenue coming from your sole, you know, console base. So I understand that aspect to it, but there isn't really, you know, a benefit for Sony out of this. So that's the reason they're not allowing it. They don't want people to buy stuff on Xbox. They're not getting any revenue from it, and they're just basically losing money in the long run, just because people are gonna, you know, switch to Xbox, or say if they do have an Xbox and they're able to switch on PlayStation. I mean, it doesn't really benefit them, like I said, and just because PlayStation does have the dominant console base, a lot more players are on there, it benefits Xbox more than it does for PlayStation. Now it is understandable, like I said, they are running a business. Now this was something that I'm pretty sure came up back when Xbox 360 was a thing. They didn't want to do crossplay with PS3 if it was possible. I'm pretty sure that was something that did come up. Xbox obviously didn't want to do that just because the dominant console base was on 360. Not many people were on PS3 compared to the 360. So obviously back then Microsoft didn't want to do it. So what makes Sony want to do it now? You know, being declined in the past, obviously they're going to do what they have to do to make sure everyone stays on their console and make sure they get the most amount of revenue they can without being, you know, shared with the Xbox or Microsoft community. To be honest, I don't see Sony being attacked for this if this were to be flipped in any other way. Say if Sony's sales weren't as dominant as they are now, and say Xbox or Microsoft continue to have the lead, say after the 360, the Xbox One continues to outsell the PS4. I don't see Microsoft doing this whole cross-platform thing. I could see PlayStation obviously suggesting the option to it, but Microsoft declining. But again, it is flipped now. Now once obviously Microsoft declined it back in PS3 days, when PS3 or Sony wanted to do crossplay back then, they declined it, and now it makes sense that Sony's gonna decline it, and you know, now that their platform is doing a lot better than Xbox is, or Microsoft, whatever it may be. So again, it kind of depends on how the platforms are doing. If, you know, Xbox needed the help, obviously they're going to suggest a crossplay platform, or if Sony needed the help, they'd do the same as they did back in 360 or when 360 was out. So again, I don't really put this on the blame of Sony. I don't see Sony needing to get this much hate, because Xbox did the same thing back in the day. Like I said, I don't think Sony should be getting as much hate as they are, but again, they are outselling and out, performing PlayStation or Xbox, I should say, and Microsoft. So again, I don't see them doing this crossplay anytime soon, but that was a main reason, I'm assuming, as to why they're not allowing it now, just because their platform is doing so much better than Microsoft's is now. Now, I would assume if PlayStation or this crossplay was figured out to make sure that people buy their skins on their dominant console or whatever it may be, obviously that's not really likely, you can't really do that, but if there was a way that that had happened or that will happen in the near future, I could see crossplay coming into effect. Obviously, they do want you to play with all your friends and stuff like that, but again, in the long run, they'd be losing money and they don't want to do that. They are a business. Again, it does make sense, but again, I don't see it really coming in the near future unless they do figure out a way for people to stay on their console and be able to purchase those items from their own console. Now, it looks like Sony is the only company to not go with this cross-platform play. Now, obviously, you can do it with PC, like I said in previously, but for the Switch is allowed to cross-play with PC, Mac, Xbox One, and mobile, whereas the PS4, I believe, is only mobile and PC. So again, it seems like Sony's the only one opting out of this just to save them more money, being able for people to purchase all these skins on their console if they do have that console, whereas others who have multiple different consoles aren't able to purchase, say, Xbox and go to PS4 or whatever it may be, just so that the dominant amount of players that do play on PS4 purchase those items from their stores. So again, it does seem like Sony's doing this for the money, and again, most of these other companies are doing a they are running a business as well as Sony, but they just don't seem to care as much as Sony does for the revenue benefit for themselves. And I know some of you guys are probably wondering how any of this benefits each console or whatever like that. Now, PC is the only system or mode where you can purchase V-Bucks straight from the Epic Games website, where nobody takes a cut out of that. That is why PS4 allows crossplay with PC, because regardless, no matter what, nobody takes a cut out of that except the game itself. And on PS4 or Xbox or whatever it may be, the Switch, everything that you buy as a skins, V-Bucks, whatever it may be, those consoles get a certain cut. I'm not completely sure what the cut is there, but again, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, they all take a cut out of what you buy from the Epic Games website, or the Epic Games Fortnite game. So anything that you buy on those consoles, that console does take a cut out of that. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they all take a cut out of what you purchase on that game. Now, the only way that they'd get all these consoles to end up doing crossplay is if Fortnite or Epic Games took the cut and didn't give any cut to any of the consoles. So say if they made a way where you can buy those V-Bucks straight from their website rather than having to go through the PlayStation, Xbox store, Switch store, whatever it is. So if they did make it a way where any of those consoles didn't really take a cut out of what you buy, then 100% all these platforms would go crossplay, and you wouldn't have a problem, or you wouldn't have this deal with Sony not being able to allow crossplay with any other platform. Now, a way they do all this to make sure that you don't buy skins on different platforms is PlayStation doesn't allow you to link your Epic Games to an Xbox account or your PlayStation Epic Games to a Switch account, whatever it may be. You can't link those just because you can't hop on those consoles and further progress your account. So you can't buy the Battle Pass, you can't buy skins to benefit your PlayStation account. Whereas this way, they allow you to only play on PlayStation, only level up your account on PlayStation, and that's about it, just so they get the as much revenue as they can out of this entire ordeal. Now, like I said, a lot of people are against this. Everyone wants to play against everybody. Everyone has friends on other platforms and stuff like that, and it's kind of unfair that PS4 kind of holds it back from us being able to play with our Xbox friends or Switch friends, whatever it may be. Obviously, we want this to happen, but again, they are a business. They want to make as much money as they can. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of this. Like I said, it is a business, so, all that good stuff, but I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new, don't forget to turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.